Hey there and welcome to Cryptology for You, the channel that's not even about cryptology at all, but all about cryptocurrency. I'm your host PaulyD, and today we're gonna take a little splash in the pond of cryptocurrency and take a look at Ripple. Who writes this stuff? Is that Steve? Steve the intern? Is he writing this? Unbelievable. Okay. We'll also take a little look at the SEC case to see if SEC is trying to cripple Ripple. No, really, who writes this? Honestly. Anyway, let's just take a look at XRP, Ripple, and see what it's all about. As usual, nothing in here is going to be considered as financial advice. It is all purely for education. Maybe even a little bit of entertainment, but mostly education. Let's take a look at Ripple. XRP is the native coin of the Ripple blockchain, and the Ripple blockchain is there to do a few things, and we're going to talk a little bit about what Ripple is up to and how they're going to change the world. Firstly, let's take a look at the founders of the XRP ledger, and we have David Schwartz first up. Now, David has made the headlines many times. In fact, recently was Ripple's $1 trillion man, according to Forbes. Well, apparently David Schwartz was quite obsessed with door handles, thinking that they were portals to another world. Not quite, but I would assume he would have been hard to live with while he was growing up. However, Schwartz likes to disrupt things as well, and his idea is to try to disrupt SWIFT. Now, SWIFT stands for the Society of Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications. Really, it's just a way to get money from one place to another somewhere around the world. But Schwartz sees that as a problem. He states that the SWIFT network is entirely inefficient, plus completely overpriced, and among that, it could take days for an international transfer to reach a bank, whereas Ripple could do this within seconds, and a lot cheaper. But even though Ripple wants to disrupt the SWIFT system, it's no easy feat. SWIFT has a monopoly on the banking institutions, and it is going to be hard to push SWIFT over. But Ripple are doing all that they can in order to try this. Well, then there is Jed McCaleb. Now, one thing that McCaleb is famous for is McCaleb founded Stellar. It's another coin which we will take a look at one day not so far in the future. But he is also famous for the fact that he started the Mt. Gox Bitcoin exchange, which was a massive exchange back in 2014 before it closed its doors. But Mt. Gox has just made some headlines again quite recently, and you should probably be watching out for this. Well, Mt. Gox suspended trading in 2014 after a massive loss of Bitcoin. It wasn't entirely sure at the time where the Bitcoin went, but hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin went missing. This is all back when Bitcoin was worth about $600 a piece. And since then, about 137,000 Bitcoin are likely to come back on the market. And that 137,000 Bitcoin is going to go back to Mt. Gox holders who had lost their Bitcoin back when it was $600. So what do you think they're going to do with it? Are they going to hold it, or are they going to sell it? Now, if they sell it all back on the market, this is going to happen in August of 2022, there is a chance that Bitcoin could take another dip. However, because the market is already down and many of these Mt. Gox users will probably be happy to get even more back, they might wait until the market increases. But this is still 137,000 coins that are going to come back on the market. But was McCaleb even involved? Well, it turns out that in 2011, McCaleb had sold Mt. Gox to a fellow named, now I'm not going to do the name justice, Marc Capelet. I know I'm not sure how to pronounce French, and I don't even know why I did that little accent at the end. I failed French at school. I'm totally sorry to any French listeners. Well, let's just call this guy Marc from now on. I'm sure that's okay. Marc. I don't know. How would the French pronounce Marc? Let's just continue. Well, anyway, this was sold in 2011, so McCaleb had nothing to do with the Mt. Gox failing. In fact, it was all this Marc fellow. So this brings up our third fellow, Arthur Brito. Now, We don't know a lot about Arthur at all. In fact, Arthur, well, he likes to keep to himself quite a lot. So he's a bit of a mystery man of XRP. I'm sure you could delve a bit deeper and to find a little bit about him, but right now, let's just leave him quiet. Which leaves us with just one other person there, Chris Larsen. Now Chris is in fact a big Silicon Valley man who has done quite a lot in the market in the past. At one stage he was even richer than Mark Zuckerberg. Well, that's a little bit about the founders of XRP. What about XRP itself? Well, I like to go to my normal place there, Coin Market Cap, and I take a bit of a look around there. It's a good place to start because you've got plenty of links that you can go on. And the first thing you notice, well, it's ranked number 7 in the world, which is slightly behind a couple of other great coins like BNB, Ethereum and Bitcoin, but also behind a couple of stable coins as far as market cap goes. But if we exclude the stable coins, this puts Ripple pretty high up there. Notice it is also a coin, it isn't a token. Well, let's take a look at the website now, and the website's pretty impressive as well. It's got plenty of very interesting things to see on the website. I took a bit of a quick look through to see what was going on, and I took a bit of a sneaky look there at the About section, and I wanted to see a few things about how XRP is being used. And there are plenty of use cases for XRP out there. Like all good tokens and coins, they have a wonderful catchphrase, powering innovative technology. But what does that really mean? Well, some of the innovations include things like micropayments, cryptocurrency wallets, and exchanges, and all these things can be built on the XRP ledger. Let's take a look at the first one there. Let's take a look at micropayments. You might recognize a few of these things built on the XRP ledger chain, such as BitGo, BitPay, and Coil. So there are plenty of big names there on the XRP chain. Now, wallets are a very common and absolute requirement if you want to have your own keys and your own coin. So let's take a look at the cryptocurrency wallets. One of the biggest names in the game, Exodus, they have a massive set of wallets, and you can download the Exodus wallet. It's quite easy to use, and I've enjoyed it for a little while myself. I can put a link to the Exodus wallet in the description below, and you're welcome to take a look to see if that's something you are interested in. And also built on the XRP ledger is the amazing set of exchanges. Now, one exchange in particular I took a look at was the Sologenic exchange, something that I will put a link in the description below as well, and you're welcome to take a look at that. I haven't used the exchange myself, however it is there. Now, XRP and Ripple started off all the way back in 2011. Now, this is just at the time when cryptocurrency was just emerging from its shell. And it all seemed to start with this one post. I'll put a link to that in the description below as well, and you can take a look at it. It is talked about in this 2011 part of the roadmap on the Ripple site. Schwartz and McCaleb were always looking at ways to beat the system, and the current system was either proof of work or proof of stake. So both looked at better ways to do that, and Ripple was born. Now, the reason to make Ripple not proof of work and not proof of stake, for the environment. It's much better for the environment to not be mining, but also for the everyday person. You don't have to be the richest holder now in order to get Ripple. So Ripple doesn't use any of this proof of work or proof of stake. Instead, they use a consensus protocol. And this validates the entire network so that your transactions are easily recorded and followed through. It's basically just a way of a bunch of computers agreeing with each other rather than solving really complex mathematical equations or holding on to massive amounts of coin in the hope of winning the lottery. So in short, Ripple isn't proof of work. You don't need to do any mining, you don't need a fast computer, you could just do it on your mobile phone in fact. But if you wanted to be a validator, you probably need some software, which you can get from the Ripple Labs site. Ripple is also not proof of stake, so holding on to a large amount of your Ripple doesn't mean you're going to get more Ripple. So instead, Ripple uses the consensus protocol, and this is just a bunch of computers that just agree with each other. And it's a real community-driven project. People who are node operators are either using Ripple, researching to get some better products out there, or are just part of a massive bit of fandom. Well, talking of fandom, here is my favorite art of the charter, Welcome in, Anorak.
Cryptology for you. Anorak's charts.
Well, hi guys, and today we're looking at XRP. This is number 7 in Coin Market Cap. The first thing I want to have a quick look at is how this has done over the last couple of periods compared to a few of the other coins. So up in this box here we have the XRP. Down by here we got something which has been run in a similar time, which is Litecoin. And on this corner by here we have BTC. Right, in 2018 this thing went on a crazy run all the way up. Since then it's at a okay, and then it's 2021 we had another run up to about the $1.80 if I remember rightly, and it's, as all other cryptos, it has dropped over the past. Now if we compare this on the same sort of time period as Litecoin had its run as well here, but it also had a run back in 2021 like most other altcoins, and this is a bit of a problem here for XRP. It never actually in 2021 actually come back up, made new highs, or even actually got to its previous high. And we can see the same on the 2021 run here compared to the 2018. So that's the 2018 here, and this is the 2018 year, the run, and the 21 and the 21. As you can see, BTC, like a lot of others, did actually make new higher highs. Now this is something to bear in mind what is happening here. The next thing, can lightning strike twice, and can we actually see XRP making that recovery to make new time highs, or is it not? Okay, we're gonna have a look at the charts now. We're in the bear market, as we all know, and everything's going down. Well, XRP is no exception to this, and it's not really any surprise. But I would say the buy zones for this, if we keep on continuing down, would be around 17 cents to 20 cents. That would be a buy zone. And even at that price, guys, whether you believe it or not, it could be a good trading opportunity to get even back up to the all-time high here of $2 or $1.80. That's quite a few X's there. So it would be worth thinking about this one. Okay, if we put the fib on it and retrace it back up, where can I see this getting to? Well, if it really does recover and it keeps on going up, I can see it probably getting to $3 maximum. I know there's a lot of people out there thinking it's going to $100, $200, but at the moment, let's be realistic. $3 I think would be a good place for this to try and get to. Now, I will say the community of this is very, very strong, and it's massive. So we never ever doubt a community. If it's that strong and it's got that much backing, it could do great things. But from what the charts are saying, I'm going to stick with $3 as a prediction on the high, and between 17 cents and 20 cents on the low. Thanks guys, bye.
Well, thank you for that, Anorak. That is quite impressive. Now, we could see that Ripple didn't do so well when everyone else was doing amazingly. So what could have been the cause of that? Well, that was probably the SEC versus Ripple case. Now, this began right back in December of 2020, and so poor Ripple got lumbered with this massive case and didn't really get part of the bull run that took through 2021. So what was this case even about? Well, the case suggests that Ripple raised funds in 2013 in the US and worldwide when the CEO Brad Garlinghouse and others knew full well that Ripple should have been classed as a security and not just a cryptocurrency asset. So this is where Garlinghouse comes in. Now, Garlinghouse is the CEO of Ripple and pretty much headlines the SEC case against Ripple. So you'll probably get to see his face around quite a lot. Now, this lawsuit upset quite a few exchanges as well, including Coinbase, and Coinbase decided to no longer trade XRP at all while the SEC case was running. A recent tweet from the ex-chief of the Division of Enforcement, Robert Cohen, explained that if the SEC were to win, this could have some far-reaching implications on cryptocurrency. Although he didn't really explain what those far-reaching consequences would be, but he did say there would be some. There is a lot of speculation as to what would happen if the SEC do win, and this would mean that XRP would be considered security and no longer a crypto asset. Now, this would upset a few exchanges which can or cannot hold securities. In order to hold securities, they would need to make some big changes, which would mean that the little guys holding XRP probably wouldn't be able to trade XRP. It would also probably affect the industry on the whole, because then other crypto assets would have to try really hard to be a crypto asset instead of looking like a security. But overall, it appears like no one really knows what the outcome is going to look like. Yeah, exchanges would have to change a little about how they operate, but in all, that would probably make the crypto market just a little bit safer. But it also could make the crypto market a little bit more expensive and no longer accessible to everyone around the world. It could force other projects further underground and be open to more scams that way as well. But either way, we're not entirely sure, but people still like to report. Some say if the SEC actually win against XRP, that it will be the end of XRP, and this spooks a lot of investors. And this would explain quite a lot about why XRP never reached that massive high that everyone else reached in 2021. But most are suggesting this would not be the end of XRP if they were to lose. And most said that XRP will remove their offices from the US and start trading elsewhere. So overall, it would probably put a big dent in the XRP price range. But there is still some hope that XRP will win this case. And every time a news report gives some backing to XRP, the price just booms very quickly. It wasn't that long ago that XRP traded just under $1. So there is still a chance that this could happen again. XRP would definitely boom if and when it wins the case against the SEC. You can learn a lot more about this by going to the XRP chat. Again, that link is going to be in the description below, and you can talk with people there who are really in the know about the SEC and XRP and what's going to happen between the two. And of course, we're all hoping for a swift outcome. Okay, so yeah, we are hoping for a swift outcome, and maybe even the end of Swift. And could Ripple take over? Well, who knows? Let's just wait and see. It is still a long way before the case is settled, and it probably won't be settled until 2023. But with all that in mind, you still need to do your own research. No matter what you're going to do, if you're going to get into a new coin, well, Ripple could be a risk. If they win the SEC case, well, boom, you've made it. But if they lose, there's a chance that you're going to have a lot of trouble trading that XRP. Well, at least for the beginning, while exchanges work ways so that they can actually trade the security version of XRP. But either way, it's going to look very different for Ripple, and this is going to happen probably in 2023. Now, you could feel free to come into the Telegram, Discord, or Facebook groups and have a chat with Anorak or myself or any of the others in there. We're pretty happy to have chats about anything cryptocurrency. We'll look forward to seeing you there, and I'm gonna put a whole bunch of links in the description below, and those links, click on them. It helps keep this channel for free. I'm also hitting the Twitter right now, and if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you're welcome to do that too. And don't forget, in the Discord group, Anorak is putting up his charts daily there, and you're welcome to chat with Anorak and even ask him what you think a coin is going to be doing to see what the outcome could possibly be. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video and you're going to subscribe to the channel and hit that little alarm button so you know when the next video is coming. Like and share this with your friends, because your friends probably want to know all about XRP too, and you could help them make a splash into crypto. Splash! I'm your host PaulyD, and happy profits!